Hello class 7 students, welcome back. So today we'll start from page number 12 of the chapter Nutrition in Animals. So we'll start from here, amazing fact about starfish. So starfish, you see, starfish feeds on animals covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. Now you know that starfish is a sea animal and they have an amazing way of taking in food. Starfish feeds on sea animals like say shellfish or say oysters, and these are covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. Okay, so after opening the shell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth to eat the soft animal inside the shell. When the starfish is surrounding their prey, then what happens? The prey will open their mouth, first of all, will open their shell. Okay, the prey will open their shell and the starfish will pop out its stomach through its own mouth. Then this stomach of the starfish surrounds the soft body of the prey which is inside the shell. Then the starfish will bring back its stomach containing the prey or say the food into the body, into their body, and this food is digested slowly by the starfish within their body. Okay, so this is a fact about starfish, how the ingestion takes place. Okay, now the next topic is digestion in humans, or the human digestive system, you say. So we take in food through the mouth, they digest and utilize it. We ingest the food by our mouth, then the food will be digested and then it will be utilized by our body. But the unused parts of the food are defecated. That means if there is any unused part of the food is there, okay, which is not required by the body, then it will be thrown out from our body, or say it will be excreted out. Have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? Okay, let's see what happens actually. All the things will be covered in this chapter. So the food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. So the food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity or say the mouth. Okay, same thing, buccal cavity or say mouth, and the tract or say the canal will end at anus. So the canal or say the digestive canal can be divided into various compartments or various organs. So the first one you see, the buccal cavity, then or say the mouth, then comes your food pipe or say oesophagus, then stomach, then small intestine, large intestine ending in the rectum, and lastly the anus. Okay, so it is a very long path, as you can see from the diagram also. Okay, so the buccal cavity here, okay, it is labeled oesophagus or say the food pipe, stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. All these things are labeled in the diagram or say in the figure here. Okay, so students, you need to draw the human digestive system in your copy first of all. Okay, you need to draw a labeled diagram of the human digestive system in your notebook or say in your copy. So let's continue then. It is a very long path then. Yes. So these parts or say these organs together form the alimentary canal or say the digestive tract. Alimentary canal is a long tube running from the mouth to the anus of a human being or say of the animals, in which digestion and absorption of food takes place. Okay, so all these parts or all these organs together constitute what? Alimentary canal or say the digestive tract. So the food components gradually get digested as food travels through the various compartments. Okay, food will get digested as the food will continue to travel through the various compartments. So the inner walls of the stomach and the small intestine and the various glands associated with the canal such as salivary glands, the liver and the pancreas secrete digestive juices. The inner walls of the stomach and the small intestine, okay, the inner walls of the stomach and the small intestine and some glands like say salivary glands, liver and pancreas secrete or say produces digestive juices, and these digestive juices will help to convert the complex substances of the food into the simpler ones. Okay. Now you see a word is there, that is glands. Some glands are there. Glands are what? Actually, glands are some organs. Glands are some organs which will secrete, or say which will produce some substances, and these substances will help to, will do their specific function. Okay, will do their specific function in the body. As for example, here in this case, salivary glands and liver, salivary glands, liver and pancreas are some of the organs which will secrete some digestive juices here in the human body, and these digestive juices will help to digest or convert the complex substances of the food into the simpler ones. Okay. Next we'll see, here also you see in the diagram, the label diagram, in the label diagram of the human digestive system, salivary glands is located here. Okay, salivary glands you see, here it is, see, you see, salivary glands, then comes liver, as it is mentioned here, liver, then pancreas. Okay, pancreas, this is pancreas. Okay, all these things you need to draw in your copy. The human digestive system, complete labeled human digestive system you need to draw in your copy. Okay. What next? The digestive tract and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system, as we said already. All the organs, okay, all the organs or all the compartments of the digestive tract and the glands which are associated with this tract together constitute the digestive system. So now let us know what happens to the food in different parts of the digestive tract. First of all, first one, the first compartment, which is the mouth and the buccal cavity. So the food is taken into the mouth through the food is taken into the body through the mouth, and the process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. Okay, you can mark it in your copy, in your book. The process of the process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. Okay. We chew the food with the teeth and break it down mechanically into small pieces. Yes, the teeth helps to break down the complex substances of the food into simpler ones. Okay, the food will break down the teeth will break down the food into the small pieces. Now each tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Yes, and our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. Yes, so our teeth looks very different from each other, and they perform their own specific functions. So accordingly they are given different names. So let us see activity in activity 2 what happens, what is given about our teeth. Wash your hands, look into the mirror and count your teeth. Use your index finger to feel the teeth. How many kinds of teeth could you find? Take a piece of an apple or bread and eat it. Which teeth do you use for biting and cutting, and which ones for piercing and tearing? Also, find out the ones that are used for chewing and grinding. Record your observation in table 2.2. So as you can see here from the figure 2.3, arrangement and different types of teeth are given to you, first of all. Okay. Now there are 4 different types of teeth which looks very different from each other in appearance, and they have their own specific functions. So let us start from the first one, that is incisor. So incisors are the teeth which are at the front of the mouth. Okay, which are at the front of the mouth, and there are 4 incisors in the center of each jaw. As you can see here, there are 4 incisors at each jaw. This 4. It is also labeled here. Okay. So the functions of incisors are cutting and biting the food. Okay, cutting and biting the food. So they are also known as, or they are also termed as, cutting and biting teeth. So lower jaw contains how many incisors? 4 incisors. And upper jaw contains how many incisors? 4 incisors, then the total will be 8. Okay. Next about canine. So canines are the large pointed teeth just behind the incisors, and the functions of the canines are what is piercing and tearing the food. And there are 2 canines in each jaw, as you can see here, behind the incisor. One canine behind the left incisor, this one, and one canine behind the right incisor, this one. Okay. So there are 2 incisors, there are 2 canines in each jaw. Okay, what we'll write here, piercing and tearing teeth, they are also known as what? Piercing and tearing teeth according to their function. So lower jaw contains how many canine? 2, and upper jaw contain 2. So total will be 4. Okay. Next, premolar. About premolar. Premolars are the large teeth just behind the canines on each jaw, on each side. Okay. And premolars have large and flat surfaces. Premolars are for chewing and grinding the food. Okay. And there are 4 premolars in each jaw. 4 premolars at each jaw. 2 on each side, just behind the canine, as you can see here. This 2. And here also this 2. Premolars. Okay. So what you will write here, chewing and grinding the teeth, right? So according to their function, they are also known as, premolars are also known as chewing and grinding teeth. So lower jaw contains 4, upper jaw contains 4, total will be 8. And lastly, molar teeth. So molar teeth are very large, which are present just behind the premolars towards the back of our mouth. And molars have a larger surface area than premolars, and the function of molars is just the same to that of premolars, that is, molars are also for chewing and grinding the food. And there are 6 molars in each jaw, as you can see behind the premolar teeth. Behind the premolar teeth, yes, this one, this 3, and this 3 over here. These are known as what? Molar teeth. Okay. And their function is also same. What is it? Chewing and grinding the food. And they are also known as chewing and grinding teeth. So lower jaw contains how many? 6. Yes, 6. Lower jaw contains 6 molars, and upper jaw also contains 6 molars. So total will be 12. Okay. Total will be how much? 12. So most of the adult men and women have a total of 32 teeth, and out of these 16 are in the upper jaw and 16 are in the lower jaw. Okay. And the 16 of each jaw consists how many? Consists this one, 4 incisors, then 2 canines, then 4 premolars, and lastly 6 molars. Okay. In the same way here also, in the upper jaw, 4 incisors, 2 canines, then 4 premolars and 6 molars. Okay. So the teeth of the upper jaw match with the teeth of the lower jaw. Okay. 16 plus 16, that is equal to 32. Okay. 16 teeth will be in the lower jaw and 16 teeth will be at the upper jaw, and the total will be how much? 32. Okay. Next, we'll talk about this milk teeth and permanent teeth. Milk teeth and permanent teeth. So do you remember about falling of your teeth some years ago? So the first set of teeth grows during infancy, and they fall off at the age between 6 to 8 years. These are termed milk teeth. So in human beings, teeth grows twice. First time the teeth grow when one is a small baby or say infant, and this set of teeth is known as milk teeth. So the first set of teeth which grows during infancy or say babyhood are called milk teeth, and milk teeth are a temporary set of teeth. Okay. Milk teeth are a temporary set of teeth. The milk teeth loosen and begin to fall off at the age between 6 and 8 years. And milk teeth, when milk teeth fall off in a child, then another set of teeth grows in their place. And the second time the teeth grow when one is a child, the second set of teeth is called permanent teeth. The permanent teeth grows in place of milk teeth. Okay. Second set of teeth is known as what? Permanent teeth. And they grows in place of milk teeth. And the permanent set of teeth remains till the old age. But when old people lose their permanent teeth, then new teeth do not grow in their place. Okay. So the second set that replaces the milk teeth are permanent teeth. And the permanent teeth may last throughout the life or fall off during old age or due to some dental disease. Okay. So this is about the teeth. Okay, milk teeth, permanent teeth, and the different types of teeth are there: incisors, canine, premolar, molar. So we'll continue the chapter and we'll continue the topic of the mouth and the buccal cavity in the next video. Okay, some of the portions are left here. We'll cover it up in the next video. Okay, so we'll sum up. We'll sum up the video today. We have discussed about the ingestion in starfish, how they consume their food, the digestion in humans. We have just introduced the human digestive system here, the alimentary canal, the various compartments of the human digestive system. Okay, we have also started the mouth and the buccal cavity, which is the first compartment of the human digestive system. We have discussed about the different arrangement of the teeth, the different types of teeth, about milk teeth and permanent teeth also. Okay, so let's conclude the video today and we'll continue the next class. So that's all for today. Thank you.